Hank Zipzer, Summer School, What Genius Thought That Up? Chapter 4. Aloha campers and students alike! Principal Leland Love was inside the main doors of PS 87, all 5 feet 4 inches of him, wearing a Hawaiian shirt that was so big I could have used it as a tent for an overnight in the woods. "Check out his outfit," Frankie whispered to me as we walked inside the school lobby. "Great shirt if you're a dancing elephant." "I just read in Teens in the Know that people express themselves with their clothes," Ashley said. Obviously, he's trying to tell us something. "That there's a short Hawaiian wrestler inside of him dying to get out," Frankie said. "Let's hope he doesn't succeed," Ashley answered, and we all cracked up together. Principal Love saw us laughing, but he was clueless as usual. He never suspects when we're laughing at him. "Ah, laughing faces of children always make my heart burst into song," he said, slapping me on the shoulder as I tried to sneak by. And get this, he actually started to sing. "Aloha to Summerfest at PS 87. Welcome, my children, to a little bit of heaven." If this song was even a tiny sample of what summer school was going to be like, I was going to have to bolt for parts unknown. The only thing that stopped me was Mr. Rock's friendly face greeting us as he jogged down the stairs to the school lobby. Mr. Rock is the music teacher at PS 87, and trust me, if you could pick any teacher in the world for your teacher, he's the one you'd pick. It's as if he knows what kids are thinking before they even think it. Like he could see that I was thinking about how I could escape to the Central Park Zoo and spend the summer living in the monkey habitat. Hey, I love monkeys. They're so funny. "Hi, Hank," he said. "You're in my class." That was the first good news I had heard all morning. Well, let's be honest, it wasn't truly good news. Like, "Hey, there's an all-night kung fu movie marathon on TV tonight." After all, I still had to go to summer school. Let's just say it was just okay news, which is better than terrible news, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Mr. Rock could definitely see that I wasn't jumping up and down with joy. "I promise you, Hank, summer school will not be the worst experience you've ever had on this planet or any other." "Mr. Rock," I whispered, "I know you're trying to make me feel better, but it's not working." But before Mr. Rock could answer me, Principal Love held up a megaphone to his mouth. "If you're a junior explorer, stand to the left of the stairs. If you're in summer school, stand to the right, please." Almost everyone went to the left of the stairs. I did too. That's because I still can't figure out my right from my left. I almost got it a couple of weeks ago when I fell during dodgeball and skinned my left knee. For a whole week, I could tell my left from my right by where the scab was. But when it healed and fell off, I was just as confused as before. "Mr. Zipzer," I heard Principal Love saying through the megaphone, "you are to go to the right side of the stairs, the summer school side." Could this be any more embarrassing? Well, maybe. If Principal Love was on the top of the Empire State Building with a megaphone the size of a blimp shouting out across the entire city, "Hank Zipzer does not know his left from his right, and that is only one of the many reasons he has to go to summer school." Yeah, that would be a little more embarrassing, but not much. I felt like all the kids were staring at me as I slinked over to the right side of the stairs. I looked around to check out who I was standing with. There were kids from both the 4th and 5th grades at my school. I noticed they weren't exactly the school geniuses. There was Luke, I'll pick my nose at the drop of a hat, Whitman. Matthew, I'm not toilet trained yet, Barbarossa. Salvatore, I don't like Hank Zipzer very much, Mendez. And a girl I had only seen in Mr. Sicilian's 4th grade class who was talking on a cell phone saying, "Okay, Nick, I'll meet you at the bowling alley." And she was smiling a lovey-dovey kind of smile. Nick? Could she be talking to Nick McKelty? His dad does own a bowling alley on 86th Street, and the only other Nick at school insists on being called Nicholas, so he won't be confused with Nick the Tick. I looked over at the kids standing on the other side of the stairs. Sure enough, there was Nick McKelty standing at the back of the crowd, clicking off his cell phone and putting it in the pocket of his jeans. Oh no, I was going to be in summer school with Nick McKelty's girlfriend. Wait a minute, how could Nick McKelty get a girlfriend? Hasn't she watched him eat with all of the food in his mouth squishing through the openings in his snaggly teeth? Hasn't she seen the size of his super humongous feet? Hasn't she gotten a whiff of his dragon breath that has actually melted the gel in my hair? "Joelle," I heard Mr. Rock saying, "turn off your phone. No cell phones in class." Joelle and Nick sitting in a tree, Kissing. My brain flipped over in my head and spun around, throwing itself against the inside of my skull. I refused to go on with the rhyme. I could hear it yelling, "Twee," like it was trying to spit out a picture of Nick and Joelle, Kissi. Oh, I can't go on. Those of you in summer school will follow Mr. Rock to Miss Adolph's classroom on the 2nd floor, Principal Love announced. Those of you in the Junior Explorers program will come with me to the Hawaiian Isles. We're flying to Hawaii? Ashley asked. In our minds we are, Miss Wong, Principal Love said. Oh, the joys of imagination, running wild. I guess my imagination is walking slow, Frankie said, because I don't get it. The theme of this week's Junior Explorers program is Passport to Hawaii, Salute to our 50th state, Principal Love explained. We will be learning to hula dance, and we'll all be finding out how low we can go as we limbo the night away on Friday's Hawaiian luau extravaganza. There was a buzz among the kids, a luau and a limbo contest. Wow, it sounded like so much fun. May I introduce you to our hula instructor, Principal Love said in his tall man sports announcer voice. That big voice always seems so funny coming out of such a small man. At that very moment, the hall doors to the teacher's lounge swung open and Miss Adolph, my 4th grade teacher, came into the hall. She was wearing a grass skirt and a bikini top made out of 2 coconuts, which she wore over her gray Bermuda shorts and gray long-sleeve shirt. No, I am not kidding you. She had an entire hula dancer outfit on over her regular clothes. And you're not going to believe this. The coconuts even had smiley faces on them. It was a sight that for a second made me actually grateful I had not gotten a passport to Hawaii. Aloha, pupils, she said, shaking her hips in a move that looked like a hippo looking for a place to pee. Miss Adolph isn't exactly the hip-shaking type. I glanced over at Frankie and Ashley. Frankie, was biting his lower lip really hard to keep from laughing. Ashley was actually holding her top lip over her bottom lip so she wouldn't start to giggle. Once she starts giggling, there's no stopping her. All you explorers, follow us out to the white sand beaches of Waikiki. Principal Love pointed to the sandbox on the playground. They had popped up 2 huge paper palm trees there and spread beach blankets on the ground in the area around the swings. Those of you in summer school, follow me upstairs, Mr. Rock said. The junior explorers all ran after Principal Love and headed out the doors onto the playground. The rest of us marched up the stairs and into the classroom. There were no palm trees, no beaches, no blankets. What there was a blackboard, chalk, and, oh goody, brand new erasers.